Hello and welcome to the Sunken Submarine Podcast. I'm Sammy. It's good to be back.
I'm David.
It's good to be back. David, Sammy, we're here, we're alive, we're well. It's been a while. It's been a hot second.
And we've missed you.
We have missed you.
And I've missed you.
I've missed you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So what's going on? How's life been?
Life's good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm enjoying it.
Well, what have you been up to?
Trying to learn some boogie woogie piano for the heck of it. Kind of getting into it.
Getting funkadelic over there?
Yeah. And just living life, you know?
All right. That's good. That's good. I've just kind of been chilling, listening to music. The same old, I guess. So it's amazing we haven't been able to get this podcast done, but hey, we're here we are. We're back. So I also got some bad news though.
This week?
While I was chilling, we ended up having some pretty bad news. You know what that bad news is?
No.
It's been 13,994 days since the death of our legend, John Lennon.
Of John Lennon?
John Lennon.
The singer of the Beatles?
Yeah. 13,994 days. We're 6 days away.
From what?
From 14,000 days.
That's crazy. What are we going to do?
Man, dude.
Are we having a special podcast? We're celebrate?
We're having a special podcast.
Well, it's not celebrate. I want to be clear. It's mourn. But
it's in remembrance.
We want to honor him.
Yes. So
it's going to be good.
I'm excited for it.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get a cake.
A cookie cake?
We should get a cookie
Let's get a cookie cake.
All right, we're going to get a cookie cake.
All right.
So also on the agenda, just so we can go over the agenda for our viewers, we got some news. We're going to go over the Dirt Netflix original on Motley Crue because we both watched it. We got a top 5, I think, maybe. We're going to go over that. Singles, albums. There were very few this week. And some music videos. And then we'll go into the song recommendations. And we'll close our episode and go into our next episode, episode 11. Because our episode 11 will be also recorded on the same day. So it'll be 13,994.
Since John Lennon died.
R.I.P. The next thing we're going to run into is the news. So, David, what do you want to start us off with this week? We got 2 different things.
I think the biggest news story, as opposed to video, was that Barbra Streisand actually came under fire for some things that she tweeted and said about the alleged victims in the Leaving Neverland video that came out. Did you get to see the Leaving Neverland Michael Jackson video?
No.
I didn't either. But I guess it was a documentary about the victims of sexual abuse from Michael Jackson and their stories and what happened. And she came out after seeing this and said, you can say they were molested, but those children, as you heard them say, they were thrilled to be there. And then she said they both married and they both have children, so obviously it didn't kill them. Like, it didn't destroy their lives. And
it's pretty messed up.
And she said she met Michael Jackson and he was very sweet and childlike. And, she just kept defending him, you know. She said, I feel bad for the children and I feel bad for him. His sexual needs were his sexual needs. Really weird stuff. So there was a lot of backlash on all of that, obviously, because that's a really odd thing to say.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It's a little messed up if you think about it.
Because how anything with kids is really upsetting. That they were thrilled to be in that situation. I don't know.
No kid wants to be in that situation. Come on. So that's interesting. I didn't even know about this until I saw it on our slideshow.
So then after that, after all the backlash, she did come out and apologize and say that she really does feel for the children, and she apologizes if that hurt any of them. And
well, of course she had to apologize. Her agent forced her to.
that's exactly. I mean, it's clearly not the way she feels about it. She made that very obvious.
That's very interesting.
But
Well,
I don't think anyone listens to her anymore anyways, do they?
well, she just released an album.
Did she?
Yeah,
Is it any good?
we listened to it.
I don't remember if it was good. It must not have been.
It was Barbra Streisand. So, I enjoyed it for who she was. I thought it was decent. It was a very political album, to say the least. So, but it wasn't bad. So, yeah, people still do listen to her. My mother listens to her, actually.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. And then next in line,
we got The Dirt. I made you watch this movie. So, The Dirt is a Motley Crue movie on Netflix. And basically, it's their story a little bit. It's not really, from what I've read, it's not really over the top, but it's just dramatized in a movie.
yeah.
Which, I mean, it's a movie. What do you expect?
When this was described to me by some friends, they said it's kind of like Wolf of Wall Street, but it's also kind of like
Queen?
American Pie. And in my head, I said, after watching this, I thought, okay, one, it's nowhere near as bad as the quality of American Pie videos, and I like some of them, but it's also nowhere near as good as Wolf of Wall Street.
I put Wolf of Wall Street and Bohemian Rhapsody together in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
So where do you put this above
Those
it?
are the two movies I put together. What'd you say?
Oh, for this, yeah.
Yeah, to like compare them to, like, in my head, that made complete sense.
I like that. Yeah, that's a better example.
So, I'm going to be 100% real with you. The movie itself, it wasn't put together the best.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of all over the place, which, whatever. And there were some parts where it was like, that was not necessary at all, like the part with Ozzy Osbourne and the ants. Like, not really necessary.
Right.
But I love Motley Crue after watching the movie.
Did you know Motley Crue that much before it?
Yeah, I did. I knew a little bit of them. My dad's nephew. I don't really know how that would. He is all about this type of rock. You know, like the olden metalcore kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And he loves that stuff. So I kind of knew of Motley Crue. And I didn't really know their story or anything. But this movie just got me hyped up. And I was all about them. I listened to them the entire week.
Really?
The entire week.
So it inspired you to listen to their music.
And then so obviously, like I said, we're recording episode 10 and 11 today. I was really hoping Billie Eilish, her album, was going to take me out of my Motley Crue addiction. Because that movie, that's all I listened to the entire week. I didn't even listen to the singles until after Billie Eilish's album came out.
Didn't they release a soundtrack for that movie itself? Did you listen to that, or did you listen to their actual songs?
It's all their older songs remastered.
Is that what you listened to?
And then, no.
Oh.
But I listened to that a little bit, but the main thing, I was listening to a lot of their older stuff. Oh, I loved them after this movie. And if they're, like, video-wise, like I said, it was lacklustered. It just wasn't put to piece together properly. The acting was, nah. Machine Gun Kelly did okay.
I had no idea that it was Machine Gun Kelly, and the whole time it was really bothering me because I knew his face. And I couldn't figure out why.
So all that was whatever. The lighting for the movie was some of the best lighting I have ever seen. I loved the lighting of this movie, and it made me appreciate it even more. I kind of forgave the acting and things like that because as somebody who loves lighting scenes, I thought that was awesome. And basically, when they get into heavy drugs later on in the movie, the lighting, rather than just being kind of one solid color, turns half of the scene is yellow and half of the scene is purple. And that was sick. So well done. So well done. Overall, the movie itself could have definitely have been better, but the story was insane, and the fact that a lot of that stuff is true is unbelievable to think that these guys are even still alive, let alone living.
Yeah, 100% agree. I did like some fact checking into it, and it was like an exposed video saying what was inaccurate about it, and it was so subtle. It was like, oh, the scene where his girlfriend was there, well, she actually came a little later. It's like, okay, it's film.
Yeah.
It was mostly 100% accurate. I mean, just slight things that just are for film, you know.
Absolutely crazy.
And the story's unbelievable, and it was very it was very entertaining. I was captivated. Again, production quality maybe not that high, but still very entertaining.
Had me going, baby. And I love Motley Crue after that.
And what the heck was up with Pete Davidson being in it? That was out of nowhere.
I actually saw earlier on that he was in it.
Oh, okay.
So I knew he was in it. I didn't know what his role was.
I liked his role a lot.
I did too.
That fit him well.
So, and then
when he died,
his friend,
when one of the people in the movie dies.
Okay.
That was crazy because I didn't know the story or if they lived afterwards. I didn't know anything. Well, I'll just say it. One of the band members dies. I was like, holy mackerel.
One of the band members?
Yeah.
No, that was the singer's best friend.
Not the car accident, the drug overdose.
Oh, yeah, he dies and then they resurrect him.
I thought everything was over. Like then, I thought the whole band was gonna be a whole different thing. And I also really liked that he came back and said, "Wow, I hit a low." And then I loved.
That's what I was just about to say. I loved when they broke the fourth wall because it was a meaningful break every time.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
He said, I've hit a new low right after he almost died, and then later he relapses and does it again, and then he goes, "No, this was my real low."
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a silly, fun movie, but that's a real moment, too.
No, even with the lead singer's kid, there was a lot of, like, if it was grouped well together, it really could be impactful. And I will say I have some friends that have watched this, and they were emotionally distraught after watching it.
Really?
So I was not.
Because I had friends that told me not to bother my time watching it, waste my time watching it. They hated it.
I mean, it like I said, it wasn't good by any means. The lighting was amazing, which is what allowed me to forgive all the other mistakes. But I personally loved the music. I've said this time and time again, even on this podcast. I really want a movie generation of musicians that are the front instead of like our Marvel or our Disney princess. I want musicians in movies more often. I think that's sick. So I was really happy that they did this. We're getting there. Yeah. I didn't care that it was a poor quality movie. I just like the fact that these movies are starting to become more natural.
Check it out. Now we're going to jump into our top 5 this week. And this week...
We just decided on this.
We just decided this and wrote it up now. But this is top 5 songs we want to hear in the club.
Yeah, rather than like gets us going or wakes us up or whatever.
It has to be something we've heard out there.
something we've heard out in the club, and we would love to hear again, just jamming in a club if we were ever out together. You know, if we ever hung out outside of this.
Yeah, what happened? I've been meaning to talk to you about that. No. No.
Yeah, you know, let's have this conversation. All right. I'll kick us off.
All right.
So, my number 5 I put on this list because it is sentimental. That's why I put it on. And that is Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be played. I have sang that on a stage in Vegas before. It's a sentimental thing. It's gotta be played.
Great choice.
Everybody sings it together, too.
I know.
So it's one that gets everyone going, and everybody knows the words.
Do you think that's a Dayton thing, too? Like a UD thing?
I think it's more of a UD thing than other places, for sure.
I love it. My number 5 is a song called I'm So Paid by Akon, featuring Lil Wayne.
Great song.
And I don't know what it is, but I hear it at places every once in a while, and it's kind of one of those rare ones. And not everybody knows it. But hey.
But you know
because I know it, and I know not everyone else knows it, it makes me go crazy. So
that's a good song, though.
So I love that one. Number
4.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick here. All right, number 4, I'm gonna go "Low" by Flow Rider.
Oh, that is! Oh my gosh, that and Right Round.
Yeah,
I almost are going down for real. He's got a ton of club bangers.
Why are all of his songs perfect for that?
I almost picked Where Them Girls At. Him, David Guetta, and Where Them Girls At. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
I almost picked that one, and then I was like, nah. And then I almost picked a different one from him, and then I'm like, nah. So I didn't end up picking any Flow Rider songs.
Shawty got low.
Every one of them are perfect. So I'm happy you picked one. Even In the Air.
Yeah.
Air. So every one of those are really good. I'm glad you picked that.
All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is 679 by Fetty Wap.
Do I even know that one? Which one is that?
I'm like, yeah, she's fine. Wondering
Oh!
she'll be mine.
Shawty got that over.
Yeah, that has to be on the list.
Yeah, I know you love that one.
I love how you didn't even know it. You were like, what?
I can't even picture that song without picturing your face and your body dancing to it. You know?
I love it. Love it. It gets me going every time.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, do I go into my number 3?
Yeah. You know how it rolls. Come on.
All right. This is getting tough now because I have to uninclude one of these songs. The next one I'm going to do is No Money by Galantis.
Which one is that again?
Sorry, I ain't got no money. I'm trying to be
really?
funny. This time I ain't gonna.
All right. I'm surprised by that one, actually. But you saw Galantis, so I know you're a big fan now.
Yeah, I actually heard that recently at a place, and it the whole place was just jamming, and that bass is so great with that beat to it, and everybody was just kind of having a blast, and I was actually I had my mind to me there. I was very sober, and it was great watching that. Everybody was dancing and into it, and it was a good feeling. It was like, let's go. I just got pumped. I feel like it's a good feeling song.
Yeah, it's happy and it's different too. It probably is like a change up from everything else that is constantly played.
Yeah, because it's more of like an electronic song. So, all right, what's your number 3?
Yeah, that's right. My number 3 is 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. I love that song. I really do. 24 Karat Magic in the air. Dun, dun, dun.
That's a good song. It's a good song. never grew on me like the other song from that album. That's what I like.
That's a better song.
I love that.
That's a better song. That's probably one of my favorite songs from him. But I this one makes me dance more at a. Well, I don't know. Now that's a good. You know what? The reason I didn't put it on there is because I don't think of that one as a club song as much as
Neither
this
do
one.
I. I think that as a you and I song.
But it hurts. Yeah.
All right, so now you're number 2.
Number 2 is Bottoms Up, Nicki Minaj.
Oh. Trey Songz. Yeah.
Or is it Trey Songz?
Yeah.
But when she gets to the part where Nicki Minaj is rapping and she's like, "Can I get that? Can I get that? Hey, can I get that? Rum, 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 Trey." I was like, "Yo, Trey, do you think you could buy me a bottle of rosé?" It's impossible. It's impossible to just not.
And everybody loves that song.
Yeah, everyone knows all the words to that part, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Look at how cool I am. I know this part."
It's because that's an our generation song. That is like it was prime time. We were 13, 14 years old. That was like a lifestyle, that song. All right. My number 2 is Best Love Song. T-Pain and Chris Brown.
Really? Wow. I didn't think that would make it that high up.
That is my number 2 on my list. You didn't think I mean that it was just
I don't know. I don't remember that being whatever. I guess you probably don't remember these either, but it's a good song.
It's such a good song, and it's such a good song to dance, sing to. Everybody's inebriated. It's just a good time.
So how do we do this? Do we do?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Waves by Kanye West.
Bedrock.
Oh, I've never heard
Young
that
Money.
played.
Oh, I have. Because I remember it every time.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Waves is amazing too.
I like that pick. Waves.
As
So
soon as
good.
you hear that, turn it up. Everyone's like,
And everybody gets excited. They're all like, "Let's go!"
yeah, like they might be talking and suddenly the conversation's over.
Yep. Yep. So, all right, there's our top
All right.
5 club songs. The next thing we have on our list is our singles. Let's get it, baby. So, I will kick us off. The first single we have is On My Way, Alan Walker, featuring Sabrina Carpenter and Farruko.
Who is this dude?
Alan Walker?
I looked him up. I think I knew his top. I think he was extremely famous.
Yeah, he makes a lot of beats. It's kind of what he's known for.
Okay. I couldn't remember. What do you think of this song?
I liked it. I don't know. I really like Sabrina Carpenter. I really do.
I do too.
I think she is a great upcoming artist, and I think she has a lot of potential.
Yeah, the beginning vocals on this were fantastic. She's really good. And I also love like the electronic wood instrument sound.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you would call it like a woodwind.
I agree.
That was kind of the drop to the song.
I don't know. I did enjoy this song a lot. I felt like Sabrina Carpenter was the perfect person to have as the main vocalist.
Is she popular like much at all yet? Cause
Yeah, she is.
okay, cause she's like that was crazy good.
I don't know if you would know her songs.
Yeah,
Her main one is Sue Me.
I do know that song.
Okay.
I remember that.
That's kind of her
Well,
main
wait, no,
one.
she's even got a bigger one called Hands.
The other one is Almost
And
Love.
Thumbs is even bigger. Holy
Okay, that's on
mackerel.
That's on Spotify. Almost Love is her like radio hit.
okay.
Everybody knows Almost Love. So, yeah, I like her.
Yeah, she killed this. Next one on our list is Green Light Go by Becky G. And this had like a really cool synth line to it. Like the bass synth was dope.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I felt like what kept the beat going in this song is what made this song pretty cool. I like Becky G, but I felt like she didn't really do much for this song.
No.
That was my opinion on it.
I wrote it's a certified jam.
True.
I don't know what I was.
So, like a mainstream pop hit.
Yeah.
Is I'm assuming what you were going for. Yeah, I get that. You might as well introduce our next song.
Sammy hates when because for some reason I bring up this band all the time and neither of us know much about them.
But David acts like he's best friends with everybody in this band.
Well, I mean, I've only hung out with them a couple times, but it's the Cranberries, and they made a song called "Wake Me When It's Over." They're my favorite band. No, I liked this song. It's kind of like Zombie, their other song. That's the only one that we know.
I don't know that one.
Except not special.
You know, the only reason I remember that is just because of this podcast and how many times you brought them up. If you could play Zombie for me 300 times, and I guarantee you every time it would sound like a new song because I never listen.
Well, I don't know. The highlight of this song for me was just the echo effect on the guitar. I know it's really simple, but it just sounded cool. That's all.
I got nothing to say.
Nothing. All right.
The next song we have is Fits in the Tantrums. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And
I liked it.
Yeah. Me too.
I liked it a lot. They are like a happy feel band. You know, they have the hand clap song. I can make your hands clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
And this is a very similar kind of song, even in like the putting together of the song. It was the exact same.
Yeah, it's like just fun.
Yeah.
It's like I just got a fun, like punchy, like beat, you know?
Yep.
And I enjoyed it.
And if you
I don't normally love this band either. Are they the one that do like More Than Just a Dream?
No.
And you are more than just
maybe.
Well, anyways, normally I don't care for Fits in the Tantrum. I think they're a little bit dry, but this song was not dry. It was good. It was fun. It was light.
They do that song.
Out of My League. Is that what it's called?
Out of My League. Yep.
Yeah.
You knew. I don't know. I've always never really minded them. I don't really have anything against them, and I don't have anything for them. I just like that their music has always put me in a good mood.
What a genius song name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, it teaches kids how to count. If you ever need to teach your kids how to count to 6, this song is the one for you.
Next one on our list is Tempo by Lizzo featuring Missy Elliott.
Next song.
Next song is called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind by Logic. And
I'm more curious to see what you thought, David.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I'll say.
Because you have a friend that loves this guy, so be careful.
Well,
tread lightly.
Well, so I already have my own opinions about Logic, but I heard the beginning of this song before I realized it was Logic. And I was in a car ride on the way up here, and in my head I thought, whoever made this song really understands music more than the average artist. That was my thought before he started rapping, and I realized that before it occurred to me it was Logic. And I went down and looked and saw it and went, I actually enjoyed this one. I really did. I thought it was a pretty good song all through and through.
Are you waiting for me to give you my opinion?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I thought this was really good. Right after we had our lunch with the person that told us, John, that the song was out, I went, pulled up the Twitter account, and pressed play on the way home.
Uh-huh.
And I listened to it, and I was like, whoa. You know, because John initially was like, no, you're not going to like it. It sounds like old Logic. I totally disagree with him. I don't think it sounds like old Logic at all. I think it sounds like new Logic, a lot more than old.
I don't think it sounds like old Logic.
And I really, really liked what he had to say in this song. I thought that was what he had to say in this song was very meaningful, and it was heartfelt. It was from the bottom of his heart, and he totally meant what he had to say. And that was really interesting to see, because a lot of rappers, you don't see that nowadays. So that was really cool.
And he didn't mention Fortnite, like in the previous song he released.
Yeah, but that song was still amazing, though.
It
His past 2 songs he's released, I've loved.
The other one was pretty good because it sounded like Y-Civ 4 or whatever. Young Sinatra 4. Or no, Bobby Tarantino 2. That's what I meant to say. I love Bobby Tarantino 2, that album. But
I liked this song a lot. I really... we're going to talk about music videos later. I think we're talking about this one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I thought it was cool, but I thought it went well with the music.
But part of the reason that I thought that it was so musically impressive is it's got this descending piano that's... It's not just following like a chord progression. It's just genius. I don't know. Even the music writing.
It's like its own entity.
Yeah.
It could be its own song. Just the piano without his lyrics.
So, I don't know. It was neat.
The next song we have is Tied Up, Major Lazer. Featuring Mr. Easy, and Ray.
Who's Mr. Easy?
Oh, it says in Jake Gosling. It doesn't say that on the album cover.
Decent beat, Mexican drums.
I liked the kind of southern-esque beat to it. I really did. I thought that was, I don't know, it just put me in like this tropical mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Major Lazer always has good beats, but mostly, I don't know, I kind of thought it was kind of a boring song comparatively. It didn't seem like anything crazy or amazing.
I'd say towards the middle of the song, I just kind of pressed next.
Did you really?
Yeah,
I think I might have too.
I go, all right, I see where this is going. Next. Which, speaking of the next one, Steve Aoki, Play It Cool.
Not as good as the previous Steve Aoki songs.
Very let down.
Not as good.
When I pressed next, this actually was the next song in the queue. I'm like, don't worry, I'll be pleased. And I played it, and it was just...
Yeah, it was a letdown.
It was really bad.
I feel like it would be a good
It wasn't really bad. It wasn't really bad. It was...
It would be a good dance song, I guess, but like...
But not something I'd listen to on a daily basis.
Right.
So, I'm a pass on that one for sure.
Next one on here is Patience by Tommy. I'm just kidding. Tame Impala.
Oh, I loved it.
I think I somehow missed this, actually. I don't think I have this in my memory spots.
It was so good, and it has been, what? It's been 4 years since he has released music, and I was just so pleased.
I want to listen to it now because I like them.
This is something that I was waiting for, and I was happy. I love the fact that all these musicians are starting to make music that have not really made music for a while.
Wait. No, I did listen to this one. I just didn't care for it. I thought it somehow sort of reminded me of like, you're gonna be mad because you like it so much, Africa by the Weezer version of Africa. Yeah, that was the vibes I was getting out of it.
Yikes. Big yikes.
So I don't know. I guess we have mixed opinions there, but like I remember it now.
Give it a re-listen. I think you'd appreciate it.
All right, I'll do it again. It's sometimes it's hard when you're going through these one-on-one, and
I know.
I try to give these a few listens so I remember them, obviously.
Yeah.
But
and I try and not only listen to them a few times, but also listen to them as their own entities. Because when you go from Steve Aoki to Tame Impala, it's definitely two different things.
Sure.
Although Tame Impala was the first song I listened to that week. So. All right, next one, single of the week, for sure. I thought.
Well, tell them what it is.
I Don't Belong in This Club. Why Don't We, featuring Macklemore. So Why Don't We is a up and coming boy band, and I actually was just introduced to them late January. It's when I was first introduced to them. I was told to listen to their entire album that they have out. They have one album out.
Uh-huh.
And it has like it's called 8 Letters. That's like their main song as well. And I kind of dig their first album. It was like an EP. It was only like 8 songs. But I really digged it. And then the person that told me to listen to it was like going to one of their concerts. And they were like, you would really enjoy it. Because I told them I listen to boy bands, things like that. You know, I'm an NSYNC fan, Backstreet Boys, One Direction, whatever. And she goes, you're really going to like this. So I gave it a try. Not bad. So this song, though, I also really liked. It's like the little boys are maturing. That always makes me happy. So it's just, I don't know. It was their voices go well together, and then Macklemore featured on the album. Not bad. And I just liked the song. It was a nice song.
It's so weird because it's really so simple. Everything about how it's written, lyrically, musically, everything about it's pretty simple, but yet somehow it's just great. I can't place it. I can't put a finger on why. It's just great.
Yep.
I don't belong in this world. Yeah.
It was your typical.
You know what?
It was definitely your typical boy band song.
You know what? Macklemore sounded fantastic on this.
Yes.
And I miss him being. I don't know where he's been, but
he's been making music.
He sounded great on this. I would love to hear more of him come back into the limelight again. So our next one on the list is Style by Foster the People.
Okay, this is a close second for Song of the Week.
It's just fun. They just always they're always fun.
But I felt like this beat was more unique than all their others, and that's why I liked it. The background beat was what do you call it when it's kind of like not? It's purposely off.
Offbeat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? No,
oh, you mean like the syncopation?
Yeah.
Yeah, syncopation.
I heard it in this song, and I liked that. In this song, it made sense, and then it was just different for them, and I really liked that. I liked when bands kind of go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I felt like this song was easily second, maybe first.
This is just good classic alternative rock at its best. I mean, it is. It's great.
Speaking of classic alternative rock. Our next one is 2 All, Catfish and the Bottlemen. It's their 3rd single from their upcoming album. Comes out April 19th. I'm counting down the days, if you couldn't tell.
It's another great alternative song.
Yep. And I cannot wait for their album. That is like
Yeah.
It's like Billie Eilish's album to me. Like, I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah, I mean, it's got great drums, rocking guitar. What could you possibly have go wrong with that mixture?
Not much.
Who knows?
Now you introduce our last one.
And
this is
finally,
your group.
finally, my favorite group ever in the country world, even though this wasn't, well, that country. But Lanco released a song called Rival. I love Lanco and their hard guitar and his great voice and the banjo sound that they had in this. And the happy vibes. That's all. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it fully.
Lyrics were
Lacking.
Yeah,
I see
heavily.
That. Yeah.
The song itself, not bad. Lyrics lacking bad.
You can call me biased. That's fine.
You are. But overall, it was not that bad of a song. It's just, it definitely could have used a little work on those lyrics. That's all. That sums up our singles of the week. On to our albums of the week.
Hurrah!
To kick us off, we have High.
This is Flume by
Flume.
It's a mixtape because it was experimental and they knew making something experimental under a regular title was a little bit more risky.
Yeah, it was experimental.
So I think that's why they called it a mixtape.
There were definitely some parts where I was really into it, and there were other parts where I really was not.
That's basically how I felt about it. And honestly, I've liked previous things of Flume in the past.
So have I.
And this, very few parts of this actually struck me as high moments.
I loved the introduction.
The high, this is Flume.
That was sick, and it went right into the next song.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool. I'd say my favorite one from the album was probably Jewel. Or Dreamtime. No, I lied. Neither of those. Wormhole.
I was just about to say Wormhole.
Wormhole.
I had my mouse on it. I was waiting for your final point. One that I didn't particularly like, how would you pronounce number 5 here on the list?
Oh, symbol.
It looks like ism.
I love how there's a ... at the end. Like, they weren't over yet.
Like, it probably continues for a very long time. Huh. That the fourth symbol kind of looks like home plate.
I thought it just looked like a home.
Oh, yeah, it does. Whoa, wait. Is that why a home plate is called... Is that why it's shaped like that?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's also shaped because... Oh, we're not going to do this on them. Basically, the bottom part, that creates the foul lines.
What do you mean we're not going to do this on the podcast?
You know how like it goes like this and then the box?
Yeah.
That part makes the foul lines.
Well, I knew that, but it never occurred to me that it's literally shaped like a house.
Yeah. Home base. All right. The next album we have is Together. Oh.
Together, all caps, by Third Party. And I
By
unfortunately missed out on this and somehow didn't see it. I didn't have time to prep for it, so Sammy's going to give you the lowdown.
So it's unfortunate that you missed this. It's a good EDM kind of party club album. I would say the thing... It's definitely a long album. For being, 9 songs, it's 40 minutes long, and it's just all kind of that club beat. The bass, the doo 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 doo. You guys heard a little bit of it on the going into this segment. That's kind of the whole album. And
Sorry about that. Hopefully that doesn't copyright problems.
And so basically, it definitely creates this vibe, and it's really interesting. And I don't know, I was totally all in on this album. When I was listening to it, I got super hype, and I was all about it. When it comes down to it, this is my style of, like, EDM. That,
That's
like,
true.
high-pitched, like, party, getting into it, like a fist pump kind of a thing. That's what I love.
You love that steady bass drum. This steady just...
So this was my type of EDM right here. So overall, not that bad of an album. Favorite song on it, probably either Northern Lights or Higher. Both pretty darn good. Maybe even Free. I don't know. They were all pretty good. I'd say those are my top 3. So, do you want to lead us into our next album? Definitely give it a listen, David. You would enjoy it.
All right, I for sure will. The next one we got here is The Dirt, the movie that we mentioned about Motley Crue, and it's the soundtrack for it, actually. This was, for me, a reminder that I knew songs by them that I didn't even realize that I knew.
Yeah.
Girls, Girls, Girls. There was Shout at the Devil. Several of these, I was like, oh, that's Motley Crue? I've heard of Motley Crue, but I had no idea I knew their songs.
Well, Kickstart My Heart that's their number 1 song.
So
basically this soundtrack was for the movie, but they basically just took all their older songs and put them in, all their big hits, put them in this, and then they made a song with Machine Gun Kelly called The Dirt. Not bad. Like I said, I fell in love with Motley Crue after this movie came out. So
yeah, I thought it was good to go back and enjoy some somewhat classic, somewhat not so classic rock.
Crazy rock.
Yeah.
So that's our albums of the week. The next thing we got going on our list is albums or music videos. And the first one we got on our list is actually our lead-in song, which is Stupid Deep by John Bellion.
I still love this song, actually. It hasn't faded after a few months or whatever it's been, 1 month.
I knew it wouldn't. This song always, I feel like will always be one of your favorites by him, I feel.
Yeah.
What did you think of the music video, though?
I was kind of blown away, actually. I was like, whoa. Cool video. He's rowboating out of like a dragon's mouth and I don't know. I can't even imagine how hard this was to make the whole thing. Oh no. That look you're giving me, you're going to just say it's a green screen.
No.
And the other part that absolutely amazed me, other than just the amazing visuals, is how there's a long segment where he's singing underwater. And I can't fathom how he had the breath, because there's bubbles coming out the whole time, too. So it's not like, and it's a single take it's 2 takes. But the first take is very long, and I don't know how he's able to do that and sing underwater to sync up his voice. That's got to be really hard. So those were the 2 things that really stood out to me that were exciting about it.
So I just, when he falls into the water, it looks like he's super deep and submerged.
Yeah.
He's actually only like a foot underwater. He's not that low. So if they had to do multiple takes, and multiple cuts, we may not see the cut, but there are probably a few cuts within that long, looks like one long shot. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But he was only a foot, so I'm sure they said, all right, cut, and then he came back up, got water, went back down, and then they just kind of did the same thing.
Yeah. There was one where it cut to zoom a little bit, and if I wasn't paying really close attention, I wouldn't have even thought that there was a cut there, but I don't think there was any others.
It was that part was the coolest part, was the underwater part, because I saw all the behind the scenes because I follow his cinematographer.
Oh, okay.
So I saw all the behind the scenes.
So you know
the
exactly
shots.
how that worked. I didn't know.
So I knew kind of how each shot was taken before the music video was released. I knew it. So I kind of knew what was going to be happening in the music video. What I found interesting is the monster in the end. They show the monster underwater with the eyes.
Oh yeah.
That tells me that there's going to be another music video somewhere down the road, and it's going to be, or maybe he's working with Disney, maybe he's doing some type of animation. So you
thought of that as kind of like when you're at the end of like a superhero movie and they've got the clip after the credits.
Exactly. And when you said that he came out of the dragon's mouth in the beginning, to me, that looked like the tomb in Aladdin.
Well, I kind of thought that too, but I don't know if that really is symbolic of anything.
That's the first thing I thought of, and I went, maybe he's doing
a
stuff
song
with it, because
oh.
the live thing with Aladdin, and I know that's his dream, is to work with Disney. So I don't know. I found that interesting. Overall, I did really enjoy this music video.
Next one on the music video list is "Wow" by Post Malone.
Wow!
There's an exclamation point. My first thought looking at this is I saw DJ Khaled and like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I thought somehow he recruited all these people to be in his video, and then I realized it was just clips from like the past year of his tour, and then that was the whole thing.
That's it.
That wasn't it, actually.
Oh, true. This is the one with the guy that danced.
Yeah. It was amazing.
You know that whole backstory, yeah?
No.
Okay, so that guy with the beard posted a video on social media and YouTube and things dancing to Post Malone's "Wow." And it just took off. It just viral. I mean, everybody wanted to watch this guy dance to "Wow."
I'll have to find that.
And Post Malone got a hold of it and retweeted it and said, "This is the best thing in the world." So Post Malone grabs this guy and brings him on tour with him to dance on stage when he sings the song "Wow." Post Malone's the type of guy who does not care. I always think, okay, maybe he's putting on an act. There is no act there.
I don't think there's
He
an
does not care. He's like, you know what? This guy did a great dance. He's totally my style. He's going to come on tour with me. So this guy went on tour with him. They filmed a little bit, obviously. And then, now this guy's on Ellen DeGeneres. This guy's on like 6 different talk shows. This guy's made it now. He's just doing everything. Just because he danced to "Wow."
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I love it.
I loved his dancing. It's so funny. He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's just weird seeing this just white dude with a huge beard dance. Like, dance. I don't know. The next one we got on the list is Panic at the Disco. And it is, I don't know what the song's called. Hold on. I'll pull it up. Hold on. Dancing Not a Crime is not a crime. Unless
you do it without me.
Unless you do it without me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a great song also.
Good song, awful music video.
So the video was Brendan Urie, lead singer of Panic at the Disco, and then it showed clips of a puppet. I think the whole point was that he feels like a puppet, and I like that there's people constantly taking pictures with him and the label telling him to do stuff. I think that was the point, but I also agree. Meh video.
Doesn't matter if that's the point or not.
I'm just, yeah.
He is such a jerk. Like, I don't know. He bothers the heck out of me sometimes. Because I actually had a very similar thought process when it came to that. And all I could think was, this guy's a jerk.
But unfortunately, he's so unbelievably talented.
He is talented. But.
So, yeah. Our next one is Yuso by Kid Ink, featuring Lil Wayne and Saweetie. There was a lot of butts.
I loved the lighting, kind of like a 3D. It looked like you know how you can go into a horror house.
Yeah.
And like a haunted house, and you go through one of those like bridgeways that are either spinning or the lights are shooting down it. That's the vibe that this music video gave me.
Okay, I see that. I see why you would think that. Yeah.
The song itself reminded me way too much of Tyga. And
I thought it was a really stupid song.
Yeah.
But the video was revolutionary. They did something new that we don't see very often here, especially when it comes to Lil Wayne. They were all at the same spot. Finally.
Oh, yeah.
They were together.
Yep.
It wasn't separate places.
I agree with that. I did think that too. All right, the next one is I Wrote This One in Blood, which is basically his single, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, the announcement for the album.
It's a very small video.
Small?
Yeah, it was tiny. It was like the screen was black and then the video was real small.
Yeah. It was meant to be watched on mobile.
Even in mobile, it was small.
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah. All it is a slight zoom the entire time. And it was, to me, that was like art. It was just slight zoom the entire way in, focused on him and his rapping. And I think it was maybe started snowing at one point.
It was snowing in the background, yeah.
And then, like, it's just his throat just keeps gushing and gushing, and it keeps getting worse as the song progresses.
He keeps covering himself in blood throughout the song.
I really enjoyed this music video.
I'm surprised, but I shouldn't be because now that you describe it like that, it is a good point that, like, that's kind of a risky move to do a video like that where it's not this crazy production.
Yep.
Huh.
What'd you think?
My initial reaction was it's just a video of him rapping, putting blood on himself. I think Maroon 5 did it better. In the music video for Animals, they pour blood on each other and then, kiss or something. I forget I don't know what they did, but yeah, that was my thought.
Yeah, you totally were thinking a completely different way than I was. The other thing that I really liked is it stopped at the part where he starts. It's like 3/4 of the way through, he starts going off about, I'll never be Drake, I'll never be Kendrick, I'll never be J. Cole, right? I'll never compare to these guys. And he's talking as if he's like one of the haters.
Mm-hmm.
And the camera stops, and it's pretty much right here. It stops basically shoulders up on him.
The zoom in, you mean? Stops there?
It stops zooming because that's when it's most meaningful. I don't know. There was something very artistic about this that I liked.
Next one on our list is I Don't Belong in This Club by Why Don't We and Macklemore. This was a fun video.
It was a fun video. I don't know. It's kind of stupid, but it was a boy band video, so I'm a sucker for it. They're basically trying to get into a club. They're all underage. Every one of these boys
they all
are
have
underage.
fake IDs and stuff.
And they all get into this club, and Macklemore, he's like, I'm Macklemore, I can get in. And they're like, no, back of the line. So they all sneak in together.
Macklemore's outfit is amazing, too, for this video.
He must have gotten it at a thrift shop.
Oh. And I also love the lighting. Or just the lights. I shouldn't say the lighting because it's not exactly. It just looked like a really cool place to be. There was lights everywhere going crazy.
I recently was at a place like this.
Where at?
Well, not recently now. It's almost a year. At the Emmy Awards. We were at a casino, and it had a underground club.
Mm-hmm.
And the floor was that floor that lit up. It was the coolest thing, and everybody was dancing on it.
That's neat.
So it was like one of those retro clubs. And everything was like gold. You know, like the pillars were gold coming down. Really kind of a cool club.
I want to go to a place like that.
It was fun. It was fun.
And tell me next time. I'll come.
All right, sounds good.
I'll come all the way out wherever it was.
Next one on our list is Beloved by Mumford & Sons.
This legitimately made me sad. It legitimately worked.
Yeah, I knew where it was going the entire time. What an upsetting video.
A kid's mom is basically dying, and he starts to get into his imagination, and it's all these good times with his mom. I don't know if you'd call them good times. They're basically just robbing people.
I thought it was a flashback.
It was hard to tell, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like I
because
thought,
she was wearing.
Like he was thinking about all the times. So here's the way I took it was, he was thinking about all the times that they have had together, and then and that's kind of what he was thinking. And they always say right before you pass, you see everything.
Your life flashes before your eyes. Yeah.
So I think that it was a little bit of both.
I just don't think his mom and him would have been like robbing, shoplifting. So that's what made me think it was his imagination. And imagination's a beautiful thing, you know. It can help you get through that stuff. But the mom during all of this as well, during the flashback or whatever it was, had on her like medical gowns underneath her normal clothes, which I don't know. I guess it's a skewed memory maybe that he has. It definitely added something to it. Now I'm not sure what the message was supposed to be there, but it was sad. It was very sad. And then at the end, And then at the end, the mom passes. So yeah.
Yikes.
But really well done. Really well done.
Yeah, really well done. It really was. It's just it was depressing. The next one we got on our list is Boom Boom Boom, Ex-Ambassadors. I got really nothing. I didn't like it. It was just like the song, I didn't like it.
So it was really boring, regular music video, and then suddenly a light fixture falls and hits the guy in the head, and he wipes out. And then I thought, okay, this is about to go somewhere crazy. Because it took till like halfway through the song for it to get there. And then it was just the video continued with that guy lying on the ground, and the video, like, nothing happened at all.
It was nothing. The song doesn't even change.
The one thing that I liked, after he died, it had like it showed him and like a light shining on him from the front. And then it showed his shadow on the wall. And after he got hit by the light, that shadow had wings, angel wings. So like he was dead. So the shadow had the wings, but he didn't wasn't obviously wearing any. That was pretty cool. Cool thought. Other than that, it was terrible.
Next one is Alan Walker. Go ahead and finish it, David. I'm not looking at the song right now.
Alan Walker, On My Way, featuring Sabrina Carpenter and Farruko. I like her voice at the beginning.
I thought this music video was pretty cool. It felt like an Illuminati kind of a thing.
I already said I liked her voice. I was just kidding again. For the song. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I basically
cut
you off. Oh, okay. It was like all these computers and stuff, and she's searching for something, And it's like
It looked like she was in school in the beginning. Like she was schooling to be.
Yeah, it kind of
like
started
a
that way,
secret
right?
agent.
And then it looked like she was trying to teach a class on it, she was in school and she was trying to explain it to a class, and no one believed her. Kind of like an Illuminati or conspiracy theory type thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually she keeps doing this research, even though everyone tells her not to. And maybe she finds something, maybe she doesn't.
You'll have to watch the video to find out. The last one on our list is Fitz and the Tantrums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This was a cool video.
I really thought this video was awesome.
I did too.
I loved the whole editing behind it because it was all editing. Like the shots themselves, yeah, they were crisp, they were nice, but the editing, oh my Lord!
I hope they paid those guys well.
Oh,
I mean, it's beautiful too. The lines and the bright colors matching up to everything, and when they move and.
Basically, he picks up a phone and he gets this power where basically he can light everything up, whatever way he wants to. Pretty awesome. And everything gets lit up, and it's neon lit.
Yeah, that's
it's like a neon. And it follows and it makes different shapes. As you guys can see if you're watching on YouTube, it makes the world. I mean, it makes a whole different thing every time. And it follows along, even if the shot is moving, so is that neon.
That's the ones that drove me crazy in my head. I'm like
the bike jumping up and down and the wheels moving along with the bike jumping up and down.
Or even when it was panning on like the patterns on the ground, and it's following the patterns. How in the world? I hope they just have some really powerful software and they didn't have to move that inch by inch by inch, but like
they did.
It looks so good.
They totally did. Well done. All right, so what you guys just heard a little bit of is our song recommendations. That was my song recommendation to David a while back, a month now, and it was Elvis, Burning Love. I'm a big Elvis guy.
This was a good pick. I am happy that
you
went
never heard
back.
This?
Never heard it, for sure. Never heard it, and I'm glad that you went back to like old music that I haven't heard, because some of those are the ones that'll stay in my like repertoire forever, whatever. It's fun and it's Elvis and it's good, and it's unbelievable to think. I mean, maybe not this song in particular, but so many of his songs are so old, and the era that they're in is like, it's unbelievable that he was making such upbeat type music, I guess, during that time. But I love the woo part where it kind of
at the end,
where it's kind of like what's the song where you do the turtle? Oh, Shout.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like in Shout.
Yeah.
Woo. I don't know. The whole thing's fun. Like you could tell, I was dancing like the whole time just because. Well, it's Elvis. It's a good dance song. So, yeah, good recommendation. I like it.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm a big Elvis fan. I was Elvis for Halloween back in 4th grade. Little fat Sammy was fat Elvis for Halloween, and I had like these glasses that had fake sideburns, and my hair was long enough to where I had it slicked back. Oh, I was the most adorable little dude. And
I can see it.
And yeah, I've always loved Elvis since I was a kid. So
let me ask, just because I'm curious here, let me ask Siri here, how many days since Elvis Presley died?
Here's some information.
This says it has been, 15,204 days. So, in comparison...
So we just passed 15,200.
Yeah, not too long ago. I don't know. That's kind of interesting in perspective.
Yeah.
But, good song. Good pick. I'm glad you chose that.
Good.
For you,
I'm glad you enjoyed it. What's for me for next week?
I will recommend to you. I wanted to pick a country song this week because I feel like on our recommendations we usually kind of steer away from that. I'm gonna recommend a song called "Some Girls" by a guy named Jameson Rogers.
All right, I'll give it a listen.
Sounds good.